Hello, I'm Pam Thunder from eXp Realty, and I wanted to talk to you today about the buying process. I've had quite a few questions over the last couple of weeks as we've been running our buyer's clinic on how do I start with buying. So I wanted to do a kind of quick overview of the process with you and what I do with my clients. So normally, if you are thinking about buying in the next year, we would sit down and talk over coffee, which is right here, what your goals are, and what's the needs, what's the reasons that you've been renting up until this point, down payments and going over those kind of questions, and just doing a lot of open conversation together. But what I want to do is I want to walk into kind of what the process looks like, because this can be a very stressful time. And if you got all the information ahead of time, it does ease the process for you and ease your nerves. So I'm going to share this screen with you here so we can kind of go over this. So you're going to see that technically for most people, they're going to start with a pre-approval. Now, it says find a realtor under it. I'm going to tell you that right before you even start with pre-approval, you want to find your realtor, and I'm available. And you can sit down, we'll have that conversation that we discussed, and then we'll decide if pre-approval right there and then is a good idea. You can shop for mortgages. No, do not give everybody your credits, give them the right to run your credit. No, that's not what I'm saying. We talk to different banks and see if they fit your needs. There are different products out there for veterans, the military, for some home buyers, some people who may be self-employed. There may be a better bank for them. So there are a lot of different mortgage products out there that make sense for certain people. So that's why you want that conversation with me before we start going to the bank. And if any realtor says, nope, I don't want to talk to you until you're pre-approved, you need to find another realtor, because the process itself is a big deal. And you may hear me say this multiple times through the process, but this may be the biggest purchase of your life, and you don't want to mess it up. So you want to hire the right people to help you through this process. And when you think about a realtor, a lot of times people are like, oh, well, I found my own home. And true reality, based on our market and the internet and things like that, a realtor really is a relationship manager. They don't necessarily always find your home. They may negotiate that deal for you. They may write the contract. They may do a lot of things that you don't see in the background, but they're always trying to work at your best interest, and that's their whole key to their function, is to make sure that you are being represented at 100%. So you're going to see here finding a real estate agent and pre-approval. That all goes together. Once we get you pre-approved and you decide that you want to buy in the next 3 to 4 months, we're going to start searching for homes and looking at homes that fit your criteria. Now, when I say 3 to 4 months, I know that I said earlier that you do want to start planning a year in advance, and you want to plan as much as you can to make sure that you're going to save as much money as possible through this process. But when it comes down to searching for homes, if you really don't want to buy in the next 6 months, you're really searching for homes and end up finding something, you could end up hurting your circumstances. That means if you have a lease for a year and you know that you can't really afford to get out of that lease, searching for a home within a year is going to be a problem. So in most cases, a contract, this whole entire process, is about a 30 to 45 day process. So the minute you find your house, you're going to be in it within 45 days. So that's something to kind of take in consideration. So you really want to start looking probably 3 to 6 months before you're looking to buy. So once you look here, you're going to see how it says search for a home. And then this is where I actually start working. Right here is where your realtor works. So this has all been volunteer time, and this is where your realtor is actually working for you. I'm negotiating the deal. We're talking about hiring an attorney, and the relationships that I have, or someone that we're hiring. It always must be a real estate attorney. Do not hire a divorce attorney or somebody else to do a closing for you. You just want the best when it comes down to running a real estate deal. and there's a whole bunch of different rules and things, and you got to work with the banks. So it's nice to have a nice real estate attorney. Then we're going to get an accepted offer. So all of a sudden we have an accepted offer. You're excited about the house. We're going to do this really fast, and then we're going to get an inspection. The one thing that my inspector will say to relay to you is that there is never a perfect house. It's just a house that if there's something that's wrong with the house, a seller's not going to fix everything to where it's a brand new build for you. They're just not going to do it. It's a seller's market right now. So you've got to be willing to walk into a house that may have some minor repairs that you're comfortable with and that you can move forward with. We're then going to start talking about your mortgage options. The mortgage options actually are based on the home that you bought and the location, because there are different products out there depending on where you bought the home and the amount that you're spending on the house. Your loan officer at this point takes over really this whole entire process. So this is all the bank, and you're going to scroll back up here. This is the bank. This is all the bank right here. Your realtor right here is going to still help with this process, but the first in the forefront is going to be your banker. Once the banker comes back and says that you're all squared away and you got the mortgage, we're going to do a final walkthrough. We're going to walk through the house, make sure it's in the same condition as we did when we first looked at the house in the inspection. If there's any repairs that were requested to be done, this is at the final walkthrough that we would actually go through and make sure that those repairs are done or ask for receipts. And then at closing, what we'll do is we go to the closing table. It usually takes about a half hour to 45 minutes. You would sign your documents, and then you would take your keys and you move into the house. And that's when the fun begins for you, because that means you're unboxing all those items, you're going through moving things from one place to another, and that's when the fun begins for you. But as your realtor, I promise that when you go to move, I'll bring you a pizza over. So that's the process there. And I want to just touch base that on this other piece of a document that I have here about the buying process. If you really want to just get your bearings right for buying the home and knowing the process and kind of knowing some of the terminology and things, I do have a home buyer's guide right here for you. It even tells you about owning versus renting, when's it a good time to buy, 7 steps to ownership. I do have this available to you if you want it, and this would be how you get a hold of me. You can email me at fender@fenderhomes.com for this guide. You can also go and my website at fenderhomes.com, or you can contact me at 704-750-8140, and you can also text me at that number. So I'm here and available for questions. If you are thinking of buying, contact me and let's have coffee. Thanks.